Yes, children. You need to note it down, children. We have three measures of central tendency. Central tendency, as the word tendency means, the habit. Where is your inclination? What are you doing again and again out of your habit or action? Right? So three of them are there: mean, median, mode. We know mean is sum of all observation divided by number of observation. The middlemost value for which the data has to be arranged in either ascending or descending order. So to the left of it, there are 50% entries. To the right of it also, there are 50% entries. Mod, the observation that repeats maximum number of time. Then we need to be aware of some vocabulary related to your grouped data. Please be aware of this vocabulary because it will be used in questions very frequently. And what is the vocabulary that we are going to use for group data? First of all, we should be aware of the class interval. We know that?
Yes.
Like
ma'am.
0,
Yes, ma'am.
10 to 20, 20 to 30, so on. All right. Clear? Now, in this class interval, all these are known as lower limit.
Lower limit.
Lower limit,
Are known as
upper limit.
right. These are lower limits. The other ones are upper limits. If you have to count 20, suppose you need to count 20. 20 will be counted in which interval? The second or the third?
Third.
Third interval.
Third.
He will be counted in the third interval. Please be assured of this. Okay. Then you should be aware of the next term, class size. Very important, and it will be used in all the questions. Please pay attention. Class size. In some of the questions, it may be called class width. And the symbol variable we will be using for it is small h. All right. Class size or class width, the symbol used will be h. And the formula will be upper limit minus lower limit. Like 20 to 30. What is the class size? What is the class width?
10.
Okay. Then the other one which will be used mark. I told you yesterday also, beta. M for mark, M for midpoint. Remember like this. So it is the midpoint of the class interval. Class mark in other way is midpoint of class interval. Right? The symbol used for it is xi. And it is defined as lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. For example, if you have to find class mark of, let's say 20 to 30. So what is a midpoint? If you can do orally, well and good.
25.
By formula 20 plus 30 divide by 2. So 50 divided by 2 is 25.
20.
To do orally, you know what is the midpoint of 20 and 30 beta? 25. So it's gonna be up to you. But these two we are going to use very frequently. Kindly be aware of this. Kindly be aware. So class interval, class size or class width, it is denoted by H. Class mark, which is the midpoint of class interval, is denoted by xi, which is lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Is it clear till here?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, children, we discussed yesterday, if we have a data like this, let's say 1 to 9, 11 to 19, or let me say 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39. Is this data continuous?
No, ma'am.
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Is we are given a group data, but this data is not continuous. So to make it continuous, what are we supposed to do?
To
Subtract
add
some
half
addition.
in
Ma'am,
upper
half from
limit
lower
and
limit plus
1
0.5 in upper limit
in
plus
lower
0.5
limit.
Upper limit plus 0.5.
plus 0.5.
This is how we do it. So
Yes, ma'am.
taking care of this fact, 1 will become 0.
0.5
9.5.
and
9.5.
9.5
Will become
9.5.
9.5,
9.5
and 19.5. 19.5.
19.5
this will become 9.
19.5,
19.5 into
9.5
9.5.
29.5,
39.5.
39.5. The continuity, if you see,
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
told you to calculate class mark of this interval and class mark of this interval. And let's see, are they going to be the same or different? The formula for class mark is lower
Lower limit
plus
plus upper limit by
Upper limit divided by
So this is 69 by 2. Here it would be 29.5 plus 39.5 divide by 2,
70
which
by
is out to be. So are these both same?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that means xi does not depend on whether the data is continuous or discontinuous. Xi is independent of that because xi is the midpoint. आपको समझो बेटा, xi is going to be the midpoint. So if you are even subtracting half here and adding half here, it is not going to affect midpoint. Midpoint will remain same because आपने दोनों तरफ से extend कर दिया. If this is the midpoint, suppose these are the 2 pens. This is supposed to be the midpoint from where I am holding them. If I am increasing the length here, is the midpoint going to be changed now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't hold it, suppose if you can see. But if I am increasing the length, equal length from both the sides, will it going to affect my midpoint?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No,
No, ma'am.
It's not going to be affected. So if I'm subtracting half from this side, I'm also increasing half from the another end. So midpoint is not going to be affected. So what I want to tell you is that to calculate mean, we need not change this continuous data to continuous one. Are you clear with this language now? With this point
Yes,
now?
ma'am.
Because we have just xi is independent. xi पे कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा. Whether you are taking discontinuous or continuous, it is coming out to be same. So when it is coming out to be same, why should I bother myself? Why should I do one more step? But yes, you will see when we will be calculating mode and median, this will affect. So there we need to make this continuous data continuous. I'll talk about that in detail when we will be dealing with mode and median. As of now, let's focus on the mean. Okay?
Yes.
Now we are starting with the first measure of central tendency, which is mean. Now there are 3 methods given to find mean of group data. First one is direct method, second is assumed mean method, and third one is step deviation method. Okay. Now step deviation method is being deleted by CBSE for this particular year. So we have to do just 2 methods, direct method and assumed mean method. But I'm just briefing you about actually all 3 methods. Direct method, we have 2 columns. Assumed mean method, there will be 1 extra column for that. And step deviation method, there will be another extra column for that. But you take any method, the mean of the given data will be unique. Because maths is a universal subject, it has to be unique. So in all 3 methods, the answer of mean will be same. It's just that for different kind of values, different kind of methods are preferable. So first one I'm going to take, which is direct method. Direct, as the name says, we are directly going to find mean, as we discussed yesterday. So, suppose you are given, we have done the formula for mean, children. Yesterday we derived the formula. Mean is denoted by x bar. The formula is summation or sigma fi xi. Summation means sum of. So that means you are adding all the values which are obtained by multiplying fi xi divided by total number of observations. Total number of observations denoted by summation fi. Summation fi means sum of all the frequencies. Sum of all the frequencies means total number of observations. So this is the formula for finding mean by direct method. Okay? Let us take example number 1. Let us take any example. Suppose you are given marks and you are given number of students. Okay? Now marks, let's say 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. Let me say these many. Let us say there are 2 students who are scoring marks between 0 to 5. There are, let's say, 3 students scoring between 5 to 10. Let's say 5 students scoring between 10 to 15. What should I say? 6 students from 15 to 20. And let's say 4 students scoring marks somewhere between 20 to 25. Right, beta? Now, number of students is represented by which variable?
fi.
This is your question. This is your question. I'm adding solution table here itself. From here, the solution table will begin. Could you please tell me the variable used to represent number of students?
fi.
Fi. Very good. So this is represented by Fi, frequency. All right. Now, what is the first thing we need to know? We are given that 2 students score between 0 to 5. But what score they have? Unless and until I know the
Class
score, I can't do it. So what is the first step I need to calculate here? I will
Class
assume
mark.
students are scoring 2.5 marks. That is what we discussed.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
2 students. What is the class mark of 5 and 10? What is the midpoint? 7.
7.
So column in the solution table will be xi. Okay? So 0 to 5, 2.5. 5 to 10, beta?
7.5.
7.5.
0.5. 10 to 15,
12.5.
15 to 20,
17.5.
20 to 25.
22.5.
So what we are assuming is that these 4 students have scored 22.5. These 6 students have scored 17.5. Getting my point? Then what is the next column in this solution table?
FI.
xi. We are going to multiply fi and xi. That is, these 2 values we are going to multiply. 2.5 ka double. 2.5 into 2.
5.
जो orally कर सकते हो कर लो. 3 into 7.5. 75 into 3.
22.5.
75 into 3 is 225, but there is a decimal involved, so 22.5. 125 into 5. Orally we
62.5.
this will be 62.5. 17.5 into 6.
105.
105. So 105, I am writing 0.0 as well so that we have symmetry. and 22.5 into 4. 225 into 4, 900.
90.
So 90, because there is a decimal involved. Now, what are the two things we need for the formula? Summation Fi xi and summation Fi.
Summation
So
Fi.
what is summation Fi, children? Sum of all
20.
these? Could you please tell me? 20.
20.
Right.
20.
What is summation Fi xi? What is sum of all these? Sum of all the observations. 5 and 5 makes it
1.
1.
So this is becoming 10 ho gaya na? So 0 and 1 carry. Please do fast. 5, 5, 10, 15. Then 1.
285.
18. 285. 285.0. So now mean is x bar summation Fi xi divided by summation Fi. Now what is summation Fi xi, children?
285 upon 20.
85 by 20.
285 upon 20.
Just to help you do the calculations easier, it can be written as 285 upon 2 into 10. So you divide like that, divide by 2. 142.5.
Yes, ma'am.
And 142.5 upon 10 makes it
14.25.
14.25.
14.25.
one place little here. So 14. Just a word of caution, children. A word of caution. This value of mean must lie between the minimum and the maximum. The minimum value is 0. Maximum value of the marks 25. You cannot calculate. Suppose आपको decimal का problem है, you can't say 142 is the mean. The entire group is having something between 0 to 25. So average has to lie between 0 to 25. It cannot be less than 0. It cannot be more than 25. So please keep this thing in mind. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes,